Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. It's Kayla and Alex and I'm here with another video. So this video is going to be a semi-requested video. I'm going to cover two things within the video. Also, I'm pretty sure y'all can hear echo in this video. We're working on it. I'm working on it, but just bear with me. So yeah, this video is going to be, oh, let me say this too. So for this video, I'm just gonna kind of talk through, chit chat about a few things. I'm gonna try not to edit as much because I have a few things that I want to say and I want to kind of give it to you raw and uncut kind of way. So I'm just gonna kind of flow through it. I may ramble off a little bit, so I'm gonna try to catch myself before I do so. But I just want to put that disclaimer out there that I don't have really a structure for how this video is gonna flow. I just have two topics that I'm gonna talk about. Business tips for starting a business, maintaining a business, not just a hair business, but any type of business. And I'm gonna discuss a few of the products that I offer for within my hair company. So here we go. First, let's talk about my hair company. I am the owner of Locs Hair. I offer raw hair extensions. I currently sell Indian hair, imported directly from India, from the temples. I do work with someone over there who collects the hair for me and wax sanitizes and sends to me. And that's all I'm gonna go into that kind of thing right now, at least. So right now I'll start with the hair that I'm wearing. This is my platinum collection that is on the site. By the time you're seeing this video, it'll be on the site. This is a 16-inch frontal and I had three 16-inch bundles. I did not use all three bundles, but I did use the frontal two, and I didn't get to the half of the third bundle of the 16-inch, and I didn't get, yeah. So this is the hair that I had left from this install. The hair, this is not the original color. This hair was toned to this blonde and the roots were dyed in one bundle, and then the roots on the frontal were dyed. There's this part that roots weren't touched at all. So yeah, it comes in the wavy straight texture, pattern. So yeah, I have blonde hair. A lot of people been asking me about it. There y'all go. Say that. So we have straight, wavy, and wavy curly. The wavy curly is our version of curly, but there are times when you can get a curly bundle that has more waves, and then there's curly tips or curly pieces throughout. So it's a wavy curly versus just a super curly that you would get from, another type of hair. So yeah. I'm going to go ahead and show you what they look like. I didn't bring a wave. Oh, yes, I did. Okay. So this is going to be a wavy bundle. Now, keep in mind with raw hair, no one bundle is going to look alike. So the bundles that I'm showing you now, there's no guarantee that you're going to get this same exact wave pattern, curl pattern. These are just, I went in my bins where everything is separated. I pulled out a bundle, I pulled out a closure, I pulled out a frontal, and I'm showing it to you all. That's not to say that when you receive your order, you're going to get this exact pattern, this exact look. It won't happen. It could be less wavy, it could be more wavy. It could be less curly, it could be more curly. It could be super curly. You never know. But what I will say is that I do my best, and the people that have helping me package orders, we do our best to match your orders. So whatever bundles you get, we do our best to match them with the same color and the same texture, or not texture, but the same pattern. So yeah. So the bundles, disclaimer, the bundles that I'm showing you, there's no guarantee that that is exactly what you're going to get. So this is a wavy bundle. It looks really wavy. Like this is a super wavy bundle. Like this could almost be a wavy curly bundle. Like that's how wavy it is. Not all wavy bundles look like this. Some of them have less of a wave. They may look like this and not like this. This would be borderline wavy curly. But this is a wavy bundle. This is 22 inches as well. So that's why I said this could be wavy curly, because the ends are kind of curly, but this is gonna go back into the wavy bend because this person's hair was just wavy, super wavy. That is not to say that every bundle you get will look like this. We do our best to match, and that's also not to say that you're gonna receive bundles that are more straight than wavy. If it's wavy, it's wavy. We get a bundle that looks like it could be straight, it goes into the straight pile. Yeah. This is a wavy curly bundle. This is about 26 inches. So this is kind of long, which means that the curls aren't as curly. It's more of a relaxed curl, and it's almost more wavy, but a deep wavy, I guess you can kind of say. But this would be a curly hair, and it's 26 inches. So now in comparison, these kind of look the same, but side by side, you can kind of tell that this one is more wavy than this one with the bump, the curls, and then the ends. So they're similar but different. Wavy curly, wavy. That's not to say that you'll get all wavy curly that look like this, because no one person's hair looks the same. That's with anybody. So that's the wavy, that's the curly. I didn't pull any straight, but I don't feel like getting up to go get it. So if you look, there's a video on my channel where I think I'm either styling or installing a U-part wig. That hair on that U-part wig was straight hair that I used. So you can see what the straight hair looks like. Sometimes the straight hair will have a slight wave, but that's just because of how it's been washed and scrunched up to dry, and then we like sit it out to air dry. But don't, like I said in that video, don't get straight hair thinking that you'll get wavy hair, because that's not how it works. You get straight hair, you get straight hair. So if you look in that video of me installing or putting on a U-part wig or something like that, that video, that wig is straight hair, so you can see it on there. I went ahead and I pulled a closure and a frontal. This front, I didn't have I didn't get a blonde frontal, but the one that I'm wearing is a blonde frontal. So yeah, the frontals are 13 by 6, and then the closures are 5 by 5. So this is going to be a 5 by 5 wavy closure, and this is what I mean by the waves are different. This is the 5 by 5 closure. Just stretch it. And this hasn't been washed or anything like that. This is just straight up like the pack. Or rewashed, I guess I could say. Yeah. This, and then this is 12 inches as well. So yeah. Then this is a wavy frontal. See the difference in the wave patterns? This is 16 inches, I believe. 13 by 6. Frontal. So yeah, those are all of the textures and patterns that I currently have. I don't have any straight frontals or closures. You can get a wavy one and straighten it to match your straight hair. So the frontals enclosures come in wavy and wavy curly only. The blonde comes in a wavy / straight texture only. So with that being said, if that is something that interests you, shop poplocshair.com. It's at poplocshair on all social media platforms, and I would love for you to shop with us. Okay, now let's get into some business 101 kind of things. So I started selling hair I started doing my research on owning a business and what product that I wanted to sell about 3 years ago. So I knew that I wanted to do something in the beauty industry because that's what I'm most passionate about. So I decided to go with hair because I love hair. I love makeup too, but I think I love hair more. I don't know if I can say I love one more than the other, but I love hair, and I've always loved hair. So I decided to do some research to figure out what kind of hair that I wanted to sell. I decided initially that I wanted to sell like Brazilian hair because it was most popular, I guess you can say. But I wasn't as passionate about selling Brazilian hair. I wasn't as enthused about selling the Brazilian hair because it really wasn't something that I just, in my heart knew that that's what I wanted to sell. So about 6 months in, I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop for a month, figure out, I wanted to sell raw hair. So I took a month to do some research, and I didn't just say a month. Over the course of the 6 months, I was doing a little research here, doing a little research there, finding vendors, finding people that were there that could help me collect the hair. Let me stop saying I was doing more research into getting raw hair before I just stopped for that month. I was doing research before then. Let me back up a little bit. Before I actually announced that I was starting a business, before I actually got my LLC or incorporated trademark, anything like that, I did research. I went to see who was selling hair, how much they were selling hair for, where they were getting it from, where could you get hair from, what was the pros and cons of each thing. I spent a year before the 3 years doing research. And that seems like a long time, and it was a long time, but that's not to say that every single day, 365 days, I was doing this, but every day it was on my mind that I need to do this and I need to do that, and I set a goal for myself that by this date I want to have my business together. But before I got there, I did my research. I spent that year doing research. I was testing vendors. I was seeing how well they communicated. I was seeing if they stopped responding because I wasn't making a large order. I tested to see if after my third purchase were they giving me crappy hair. I tested to see, did the hair color well? How did my hairstylist like it? How did my friend, my sister, my mom like it? I did research. I did core research on it because I don't want to put anything out there that's attached to me that is not good. So, yeah. So afterwards, I decided to go and to incorporate myself. Now, this part, if you're really new to business, it can be kind of tricky. Not tricky, but it can be a little overwhelming because you don't know what you're really getting yourself into. I came from a family background of entrepreneurs. Like, a good amount of my family are entrepreneurs. So this wasn't something that was so new to me. So I had a little bit of, I guess, knowledge, you can say, before I decided to just jump full throttle. So it wasn't necessarily easier for me. I just knew more of what to ask and what to look out for or what to do versus someone who's the first entrepreneur in their family. So this is why I'm kind of making this video, because I get asked quite a bit how to start a business or how to go about getting yourself incorporated or anything like that. And you ask the people that have asked me, they'll tell you. I let you know the stuff that people don't really tell you, that you really don't find on a video like that. And it's because I'm passionate about entrepreneurship, obviously, I guess, but I want to help people succeed. And if I can do a little bit here, a little bit there to make everyone better people, I'm here to do so. So when you decide, first of all, let's start with, you need to decide on a name. When you decide on a name, you want to look up that name on Google, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, MySpace, Kick. I don't know if you know Kick, but wherever you can look up that name, you need to look up the name. And that sounds so like, duh. Or at least I was like, okay, of course you gotta research the name. A lot of people don't know that. So that's how you'll get some companies who have the same name and it's just another version of the name. Now some people do it maliciously because they want to like try to confuse customers and get that business. That's a whole nother thing. But sometimes that's how you get the situation of, we have the same business name or a very similar business name because that person possibly didn't do their proper research before starting the business, or they just was like, we're going to be the same thing, I'm just be a different variation. The better thing to do is to just get a different name that no one has, or that it's something that is, if it's similar to this business, it's not within the same industry. So it's not two beauty industry companies with similar names. Just do your research. You want to look up that name on Google to see if any websites or anything has the name. Once you do that and you're ready to get incorporated, you want to use like a LegalZoom. Is one platform. No, I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. That's just a good source to use. They help you with it. Be careful what you're signing up for and what you're paying for on there. But other than that, I love them. You want to do a entity name search. So look up that company that you have in your mind's name and see if in the state that you're registering for, if that name is available. If it's available, you have the green line, you can go and file whatever type of incorporation that you want to start. I won't go into the different corporations, different types of corporations, but you can look it up and it's there for you to look up. So yeah, once you've done that, you get your official papers and stuff like that. You get like an EIN number if that's the route you go, and boom, you're ready to start really doing the legwork of getting your business and growing it. I would also say that when you're starting a business, don't be posting that you're starting a business before you get all of the legal logistics out the way. Like, don't just go out here and give people the free will to go buy your name before you do. Go buy your domain name before you get the chance to, or to, do something malicious towards you. Have all your ducks in a row before you let people know what you're doing. That's family and friends included. Not to say that your family and friends will slight you like that, but to say that sometimes that can happen. It's never happened to me, thank God, but you just don't want to put that out there if you haven't gotten yourself far enough along to where it's like, I can announce it now because I have something to back it up, So you don't want to say that, hey, I have a business starting, and then you don't even have a manufacturer or a vendor from where that product is going to come from. Like, you're just setting yourself up for failure because you may get into it and realize, I can't find a vendor, I can't find a manufacturer, so I don't even think this is something I want to do. And you start to get into the business aspect of it and realize it's something you don't want to do, and now you've already told everyone that's what you're doing. You don't want to do that. So I say keep it on the low until you have dead set found who you're going to be working with to supply your whatever the business is, and you're ready to promote it. Because here's the mistake I made. I announced that I was having a business, or that I had a business, and I would be opening up shop, and I was going to be accepting pre-sale orders. So I did that a month or two before I launched my website. I would say that's a mistake that you don't want to make, because people don't read. That's another story for another day. People don't read, and it's really bad. It is really annoying. But I put out there that it was coming, it was loading, it was on the way. People were already messaging me, asking me, how can I order? And I'm like, did you not read the whole post said coming soon or loading in the works? It's not here yet. People did not see that. So people were expecting to be able to purchase hair from me when I posted that post. And it was like, no, y'all. I just want to let y'all know that get y'all coins together, and like, y'all gonna support me. So get y'all coins together so when I do release, y'all can be ready. No, they were wanting to order hair or know how to figure out how much it was. And at that time, I had an idea what my prices would be, but I didn't want to quote anybody a price, and it wasn't what I was, end up pricing the product at. So don't tell people that it's coming soon unless it's coming soon enough to where you can answer, okay, I want to order now. Okay, I can take your order now because either I have a product or I know how to get the product, so I can do that for you. Just don't do it. So you got a business, you got yourself incorporated, you got your social media handles, your domain name. Before you get to this point, like I said, I'm gonna reiterate this. Make sure that you know where your product is coming from. Make sure that you know that whoever you're getting your product from can supply you with that product when you need it, and especially when you're first starting out, that they can supply you with it immediately. So have that set in stone, and work with more than one supplier. This is not just for hair. This goes across the board. If you can get us two good suppliers, because when you're going through business and you're growing, you're gonna change up some things. You're gonna rotate vendors out, and I'm not just saying hair vendors, clothes vendors, cosmetics. This is just general, universal, free game that I'm giving right now. You want to have a few people that you know are reliable that you can work on. That's just that. One person could start acting up. One person may get a bigger order from, another company, and you want to make sure that you're not being slighted because this is your only source of, getting your product. So just make sure you have that together. Let's see. After you've done all of that, you want to start promoting your product. You're your biggest promoter ever. You're the biggest promoter your company will ever have. No matter who you try to pay to do it, no matter how many friends you have, at the end of the day, this is your baby. This is your job to help grow and groom. With that, don't go, and I'm not bashing influencers or anything like that by any means, because they do a dang good job at what they do. But if you're a new business, don't put a lot of money into trying to be a quick come up. As fast as you get it is as fast as you will lose it, and you should remember that. So don't try to gather product, because a lot of times the new businesses are starting on small budgets. They're starting with little to no money. You're working a job and you're doing this business to build itself up. So don't spend a lot of your money on advertising in the sense of sending product to influencers to review or to post or to talk about. That's not necessarily the best way to go about it, because you're going to have to pay those influencers and you're going to have to give them product. And then when and if, because in a lot of cases, you can give product to an influencer and not see any revenue back from that. So just know that you can send product to an influencer and not get any feedback. Now, that's not to say that all of them are like that. That's going to happen every time. That's not true. But that is a risk that you take, that you won't get anything back from it, and you can have a really good product. So, but because you're new, you won't have that real type of feedback from potential customers, because they assume that you pay this influencer to post your product. So naturally they're going to say good things about it, or they may not say anything about it, and you just don't have that credibility just yet. So you may be wasting your time and your money to go on that route. Just don't spend too much. Don't let that be the start of how you begin promoting, because it won't work out. It won't work out. You want to, my dad always tells me, high touch will never replace high tech. And that means that no matter how much you get on Instagram or even YouTube or Twitter or anything digital, social related, that will never replace you going to your nearest hair salon or your nearest Target, or walking in the grocery store and handing out your cards, handing out your information, handing out your business, or handing your product out. That will never replace it. You will always want to corner the market in which you're physically in. So, and I wouldn't say I had to learn this the hard way, but I am learning this. You want to get out there and show your face. People want to be able to put a face to your brand. They want to know that that's the girl who owns Locs Hair. That's the girl who sells hair. That's the girl who did this, and have good things to say. They want to be able to see you and see that you're wearing a product, because a lot of times people out here have businesses and they're not even wearing their own product. I don't understand how, but I don't know. I ain't get into it, but yeah, people want to be able to put a face to the name. So you need to go out and hand out cards, show people your product, let them feel it and touch it and see it. They can't do that online, and people already have this mistrust with the internet because you can lie about anything. So yeah, you can build up brands on the internet, but it will never replace you going and physically handing out your card with your information on it about your company. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact. There are local companies who don't have a big Instagram, Twitter, or social media presence, but they're out here doing numbers from the sole fact of, I'm going to get out here and give my information out to the customer that I see in my face. I'm going to actually go and communicate with these people face to face and not through the internet. So I do have on the list, learn how to formulate a professional email. This is something that a lot of people do not know how to do. And I thought it was common for people to know how to formulate an email, because I feel like we're in the day and age of social media. So you should know how to formulate an email. But that is contradicting itself, because social media is not a professional platform unless you're on a professional social media site like LinkedIn or something like that. So when I say a professional email, I mean greet the person by name. And I know that I've done this in my not knowing really that I need to know how to do this too. Don't greet a potential person that you're looking to work with cute names like babe, doll. I've done that. I've done this, and it's not good. I've learned from it. I've learned from it. Don't greet them by any name other than their own, or the name that you know them as. Once you've greeted them, hello, good evening, good morning kind of thing, start with saying, you want to put a lead-in phrase like, I've came across your Instagram and I was pleased with your work. ... This is what I want to do. This is what I'm willing to do, kind of thing. Make sure that you're writing complete sentences and that you're not somehow in the middle of that saying LOL, haha, OMG, 10 million exclamation points, I love you, I'm your biggest fan. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Keep it professional. Keep it Short, sweet, to the point, in complete sentences. So after you've addressed them by name, giving them a proper introduction as to how you came across them, what you need them for, what you're willing to do for them, sign off the email with a proper ending salutation or a signature. You want to say thank you for your time, thank you, best regards, something like that, and then your name. If you're a company, you want to have your name and contact information, because the last thing a person want to do is see just your name and think that that your email is the only way to contact you. If it's the best way to contact you, then that's fine. They can just reach you through there. But if you have a website or a social media or something like that you want them to see, you need to sign it off with your name, maybe your phone number, your website, and your social media handle, so that they can know how to contact you, because that's the whole point. And you want to do business with them. You want them to see your content so that they can know that, okay, I'm working with a reputable company. I'll go back to that about having brand ambassadors. Invest most of your money into your stock, because the last thing that you want to do is build up the excitement for your product that you don't have to sell. People at the end of the day don't like waiting for their products, and that's something that I myself is working on, getting faster turnaround times with my product, but it's just the nature of it. It's not allowing me to do so at this very moment, but it is something that I'm working on. And I'm speaking on things that either I've learned or that I'm learning how to change and switch up for my business. Invest your money in having inventory that's ready to go. Use ads or advertisement from social media. Use the Facebook ads, Instagram ads. Use things like that. That will help get your brand to reach a bigger audience, more than just who you're following and who's following you. That's a good way as well. And then for those type of ads, I believe you can set the max amount of money that you want to spend for that particular time, and it will place the ad for as much as you paid for, if that makes sense. If you go on there and you have a business account, you can see all of that. Oh, and another thing, if you have a business and you're starting your business on social media, make sure that you have a business page and a personal page. The last thing a person or a potential client wants to do is to go to your page, and it's your personal page and your business page, and they see 15 minutes of selfies, and then one picture of your product or your work, and then another picture of your product and your work, and another picture of your product and your work, and then 15 million more personal images. Doesn't make you look professional, doesn't make you look credible, unless you have a whole lot of followers. And it's even more, you have an even more benefit to grow another page if you have a lot of followers. But the only way that I think that you should mix your business and your personal is if you have a large following and people know you for your product or know you for your business. So if you're a makeup artist and you have a large following, it's okay to post your selfies on your page because it's still makeup related. You get what I'm saying? But if you're posting your family cookout pictures on a page and you sell clothes, it's kind of like, people will look at it like, I don't know if I should take you serious. Like, do you have a business, or is this just something you do for yourself? So it's best to keep them separate. Either way, it's best to keep them separate. Grow your own page for your business and have your personal page. And then with your business page, you can make it a business profile, and you have access to a lot of more analytics, such as the insights that show you how many people have clicked on your website, clicked on the contact information, how many impressions and stuff like that. And you can also link products to your Instagram pictures. So it's easier if you have a business and you can separate that from your personal, because you make your business a business profile. When you're starting a business, start with a small product line. and I'm gonna say this very light. I'm gonna say it like lightly. Don't start with a large product line, because that means that you have to have product for each of those options. That's not to say that it can't happen, because it definitely can. But in my opinion, if you're asking me for my opinion, if you're watching this asking me or wondering what my take on it is, don't start with a large product line. So don't start with, if you're selling hair, I'm more familiar with that. Don't offer 5 different origins with 10 different lengths and 5 different textures. You gotta have product to back that up with. And let me tell you from first-hand experience, you trying to get the product and order it when you get it every time, that's not gonna work out, because customs be tripping sometimes. Your vendor may be like, okay, well, I don't have this right now, give me a little bit and I can get it for you. Or you may not, when you're getting it delivered, they may say that you weren't home and you were. You got to figure out how you're going to get the package. It's all kinds of things that can go wrong with you getting the package in your possession. If you're getting a slew of requests for this particular item, then you start thinking, okay, maybe I need to add that, because I'm missing on a lot of business because I don't have this product. In that case, you want to go ahead and add that. But don't just start this whole long, because a lot of times what happens with that situation is you have a whole lot of things that you offer, and you're going to see that of those 10 things that you offer, only 4 or 3 of them are really picking up and taking off, and of those 3 or 4, only 1 of them is doing better than any of them. So you want to focus on what is really generating you the most income and the most revenue. Let's see, packaging. This is something that's kind of, I have my opinion on it, but I can also see it in another way. I'm big on packaging. When I receive a product from a company, I look at how cute it's packaged. That's not to say that if it don't have cute packaging, I don't want it. It's just that I'm like, oh my God, like look at this packaging, it's so cute or whatever. When you're starting a business, you don't have the margin, the margin or the income to do extravagant packaging. Don't do it. When you're starting off, people want you for your product. They don't care, not that they don't care, but they're mainly concerned with how well your product is, how well I can trust you, being that you're a new business, versus how well it's packaged. So when you're starting, start with cute, something simple and cute that you can easily assess, such as a lot of companies. And when I started out, I had little satin bags that I found on the internet or whatever. I'll go into this point later about finding those little bags and stuff like that. But start with something cute. You can go to places like Hobby Lobby or Michael's and get little hang tags. Now they're gonna come in smaller little counts, smaller amounts, but that is somewhere to start. They have little cute hang tags that you can write the name and the length, or whatever the name of the t-shirt is, or whatever the name of the lipstick is. Amazon is a good place to look at. Those type of places, go and find something simple and cute packaging. Don't try to go get the most expensive box or the most expensive hang tags or something like that, because you want to look over professional. People are already like, you're new, so your packaging is not just what's going to make me want to buy your product. Now, that does come with the territory. You got cute packaging. People are like, oh, okay, I want your product too. But when you're starting out, focus on making sure your product that you're offering is something that people like and that they want. Then you add the packaging to make it the complete package. That's my thoughts on it. So, finding packaging. This is my opinion, and it's an unpopular opinion for people who do this, but this is my opinion. Do your research on finding packaging. There should be no reason that you pay for a packaging vendor other than the fact that you're just simply lazy. Like, I don't know, like, that's my opinion. Don't crucify me for it, but don't go pay for a packaging vendor when the internet is free. Like, you can literally go look up whatever kind of packaging that you want and it's there. And a lot of the times, a whole lot of the times, you can get a free sample of the package. You can get a free sample without it being customized to how you would want it, or you can pay whatever their fee is to get it customized with your name and stuff on it so you can see what it would look like. Google will be your best friend when you're trying to find packaging and stuff like that. There's really no reason that you should have to purchase that kind of information. If you just know that you trust whoever it is you're buying it from, then you know, okay, that's still your money and that's still your opinion. You don't have to go do what I'm saying doing. I'm just saying that, and I ain't trying to put them out of business or nothing like that, but there's really no reason that you should have to pay for a vendor for packaging because Google exists. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Pricing. When it comes to pricing your product, it is way more than just how much does it wholesale for. You have to consider, and I'm giving y'all free game in this video. A lot of people charge for this information, and I'm giving it free game because I'm like, people they need to know this stuff. You need to take into consideration that you had to pay for that product to get to you. You have to pay a fee if you're paying through, however you're sending the money to your supplier, you have to pay a fee for that, whether it's through a MoneyGram wire transfer or PayPal or a bank transfer. I'm not sure if you have to charge for bank transfer, but there's a fee associated with that. You need to calculate that fee. You need to calculate the fee of how much it costs you to get that product. The packaging. How much did it cost you for all of the packaging? Not just whatever it comes in, but the hang tag, or the ribbon that you put on it, or how you tie your t-shirts, or how you bundle your t-shirts, the containers that your cosmetics comes in. How much did all that cost? That plays a part in how much your product is. It's not just about my supplier gives it to me for this amount, this is how much I want to make, so let me just go up a little bit. That's not how it works. Because if you do it that way, you're going to cut yourself short and you're not going to make money. That's just a simple fact of it. You're not going to make money because your bottom line and your price margin is going to be right here. You're going to grow so slow that it's not even going to be worth it. So it's more than just how much does my supplier get it from and how much do I want from it. And then you have to add how much profit you want to make. That's a part of the math. It's not just the wholesale price and what the customer pays. How much you gonna get paid for that? Because at the end of the day, you have to pay for other stuff behind the scenes. You have to pay for storage for your products. You have to pay for the gas that it takes you to go get the products. What else? If you sell I don't know, some type of lip balm that you make handmade, those ingredients, the time that it took you to make that, you have to pay for all of these little bitty things that goes into the price, like that affects. And then, like I said, the shipping and fees that you get from your whatever kind of merchant site that you use to process your payment. There's a fee attached to that, and you gotta pay that. So you need to factor that in the money that you'll be getting back. And then I'll touch on this just a little bit because this video is getting a bit lengthy. But know that when you're ordering from a small business, a lot of the times I'm willing to vouch that 99% of the time you're working with a person who's running a one-man show. Small businesses have one person that is responsible for everything. They're responsible for checking inventory, responding to emails, if you have a phone line, answering the phone line, updating the website, scheduling photo shoots, scheduling product shoots for the product, or finding people who can model the product or people who can use the product. They're responsible for making the prices, handling conflict as it arises, filing all of the business side of it. It's a one-man show. Please have some patience. And also, I'm willing to bet about 90% of the time when you're ordering from a small business, sometimes they don't have the product on hand. And I mentioned this earlier, a lot of the times that you're ordering from a small business, they may or may not have the product, or if they have the product, they may not have all of it for what you ordered, and they have to order it. So the shipping time and processing time is a little bit more lengthy than if you were ordering from Zara or Sephora, when they have a X amount of stock that they can keep on hand to ship it to you immediately. That's not the case with small businesses. So just have that in mind when you're getting frustrated that it's taking this long to receive your product. And also to small business owners, explicitly say, because a lot of people don't, how long it's going to take for people to get their product. Don't tell them 2 to 3 days and it take you 5 to 7 days. Don't do that. Give them the most time that it could take to get the product with in mind that something can go wrong, so they can be expecting it to then. If you give a day, if you have a time period for your shipping and it's going to be a little bit longer than that or whatever, let them know. Reach out to the customer and say that this is what's happening right now. You don't have to go into detail. Don't go into detail about what's happening. Just let them know that it won't be there within this time. Here are your options. So I'm pretty sure this video is going to be very long, and I covered a lot of stuff. So I'm going to try not to drag it on too much longer. Let me know if there's something that I talked about that you all want me to go into more depth about. I'm willing to do that. Yeah, I hope this video was very informative. I hope I didn't sound repetitive. I know there's a lot of videos on YouTube about starting a business and what to do. So I hope that I kind of gave you information that wasn't repetitive. And like I said, if there's something that I need to clear up or you need more information on, let me know. And if it's something that I can answer, I will do my best to answer it for you. Last thing, if you're interested in shopping with my hair company, shop locshair.com. The information about my company is always in the description box along with the website. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. I love y'all. Bye.